Hey, before this video starts, I want to let everyone know that if you want to argue with what I'm saying, please don't. I don't care. I'm only making this video once. I'm not going to make like a reply video or anything. So yeah, you're just wasting your time and effort. Hey guys, VGXSIVY here, and today I'm doing something a little different. It's based on this image that I'm putting up on screen now. It's a little bit of a comparison video. It's on it's this meme, a Danganronpa meme about Miyu and Hiyoko, comparing them, and I want to kind of go into why that's like not really comparable. Okay, so to be fair to the meme, it's only talking about their similar character trait of insulting the other characters and not being able to take when people say stuff back to them. But I want to say why it's fair for Miyu, to me, why I think that's fair, and not for Hiyoko, because Hiyoko doesn't contribute anything to the plot at all. She's just there for chapter 2, which is the only spot where she's important. She's not important to chapter 3, even though she's one of the victims. Like, they don't even go into what Mikan used to murder her, and a couple other things. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about Miyu first, because I like her. And I'm reading off the wiki, by the way. I'm probably going to have gameplay, but I'm reading off the wiki. So the first thing I want to talk about is the cameras. For trial 1, chapter 1 is the cameras, which was an important part of that trial. So it was one of the things that Miyu made for Shuichi and Kaede, so that they could catch the mastermind. And initially she didn't want to, but then she did it. So whatever, she made it. It was an important part, which was a very big contribution. And then later in the chapter, when the body's found, she made a drone to take top-down shots of the library, which was again very, very useful to finding the culprit of that chapter. So the only thing that really happens in the second chapter and trial is that she's able to call out Kirumi of being the culprit to Ryoma's death.
But I was only there for about 5 minutes.
Why would you even say that, though? You're tying a noose around your neck, you know.
I don't care if it was 5 seconds. It's way too suspicious that you were alone in the gym. I think the cleaning lady here is the culprit. You killed Ryoma, didn't you?
Because she found it suspicious that Kirumi would have been in the gym for 5 minutes or less alone, which was completely right because Kirumi was the killer, but she didn't get believed at first because of lack of evidence, but she still called it out, right? Okay, so in chapter 3, after the trial, Miyu begins to upgrade Kibo, which gives him the flashlight eyes and the ability to print out his memory, which come in handy during the next trial. So during the third trial, Miyu is able to call out Korekio as the killer with no evidence, but she was still right because he was the killer.
I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Alright, so in chapter 4, this is the chapter where she builds the Neo World program on the big computer, and she decides that she wants to kill Kokishi. And I'd say it's a pretty understandable reason because they had just seen the video of the meteorites destroying the city, and it says that Miyu's anxiety, fear of betrayal, and being trapped within a school finally reached its limit and would lead to her attempt to murder Kokichi, reasoning that the world needed her and her inventions, which makes sense because she's like the ultimate inventor. She could make stuff to help people, and just being like anxiety and betrayal at this point in the game is understandable, at least I think so. Another important thing that comes up later in the story is that she met up with Kokichi at some point during chapter 4, and he asked her to make the electro bombs and the electro hammers that are used in chapter 5 by the other students, and also the bug vac, which is an important piece of evidence because if they didn't have all these things, then chapter 5 and 6 would not be possible. And the final thing for Miyu is that even after she tried to kill Kokichi in the virtual world, everyone thought that she had betrayed her, but the electro hammers, the bombs, and a universal control she made for Kokichi proved highly useful for the group in chapter 5, and everyone acknowledged that Miyu had done a lot for them despite her being a bit rude to them sometimes. And it's that final acknowledgement from the other characters of what Miyu had done. Miyu had done a lot for them despite her crude personality. This could have been done for Hiyoko, but they made her do nothing for the plot or the other characters, which is the issue that I have with her. So let's go over that right now. Okay, so let's go over Hiyoko. Let's go over chapter 1. Other than Mikan and Kazuichi becoming her targets for bullying, it says she does not have a significant role in chapter 1. Okay, now let's go over chapter 2. This is the chapter where she befriends Mahiru, and then she gets accused and all that. But the thing at the start she's making fun of people in the restaurant right after Teru dies, and then Akane calls her smelly because she doesn't know how to take her kimono dress off, and she starts crying. After she's been making fun of people the whole game, she starts bawling in middle of the restaurant because she doesn't know how to clean herself, to take off the kimono to clean herself. I'm gonna put in this incredible clip from the GOAT, Berlizzi, about this part.
It's not Nekumaru. This smell is coming from you, Hiyoko. Good. Musty ass. Musty goat. Foul ass. Whoa! Whoa, it's true. Hiyoko, you reek.
What did you do to me?
A rotten smell stings my eyes. As if a demonic eclipse is about to commence. Are you mad? Are you mad because you soiled your diaper, dude? You see how she played a victim and start crying as soon as she find out that she musty? But this whole time you was on everybody else's skull, bro. Like, get off of everybody else's skull.
Okay, so in chapter 3, I know people hate this chapter, but at the start it's kind of annoying because she makes the freaking Mahiru memorial shrine thing, and everyone calls it like creepy because it is. Like, she used goat or like cow skulls or whatever on it, and everyone calls it creepy, and then she starts crying and she says that she apologizes, but like it looks horrible because the only thing she knows how to do is dance. Later, then in chapter 3, she forgets how to put her clothes back on like Mahiru told her, so she goes to the performance hall to use the full body mirror, and then she gets killed by Mikan with no weapon explanation. She's just killed and hidden so that the trial can have a double murder, which, I mean, that's not really her fault, but like it's just the trial 3 fault. So I can't really even give that to her as a bad thing, really. The only true contribution I can really give her is in chapter 6 when they find the image of her older, which was kind of an important piece to them getting their memory of all the things that happened back. But I don't know. That's not really a contribution that she made. It's just something that Monokuma put in there. So yeah, in conclusion, the reason I like Miyu better than Hiyoko, like a lot better, is that she's somewhat competent, and I don't like Hiyoko because she doesn't know how to do anything and contributes basically nothing except in chapter 6. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you guys liked it and want me to make some more kind of Danganronpa content, just tell me like characters you'd like me to compare, and I'll look into it and see if there's anything I can really compare about them at all. See you next time. Oh, also, Sairuma Supremacy. Thank you. Good night.